Bienvenue, welcome to Baronneries. I am Baron, and I'm quite excited and yet weirdly apprehensive of this new endeavor. French is my first language, so please be kind about my stuttering, mispronunciations, and overuse of basically so and alright that I tried to edit out as much as I could. Um, I've been flirting with the idea of creating a YouTube channel for a while now, initially with D&D content in mind, but yeah, that space is kind of crowded, and really I'm not sure I can bring anything more to the community that hasn't already been covered by the likes of Dungeon Dudes or D4 Deep Dive, the mythical Treant Monk, Critical Role, of course, and so many other incredible creators that I can't recall right now or simply don't know of. And so I started playing this game with a few friends, Middara, and I admit I got hooked, and I am what is known as a min-maxer or optimizer. I prefer the latter myself, following Treant Monk's definition of what that is. I like to make builds, and I like to make them efficient at what they're supposed to do, respecting the limits, strengths, and boundaries of the character concept that I have in mind. Middara has mechanics and features that works well with that, and I confess it really inspired me to an unforeseen degree of intensity. I'm starting with a playthrough of the adventure mode of the game, sharing details on rules and mechanics here and there, but especially I'll be starting out with custom loadouts for the 4 original characters, following builds I thought of or I got inspired for from different online sources. I hope you will appreciate these first few vids I have for use, and don't hesitate to leave comments on rules I might have misunderstood and misused, ideas for future builds, or your general appreciation or critiques of this game. Welcome! Alright, so let's make a review of the builds that I plan to use, and yeah, let's start with Remy Moretti. She's basically based on movement, and that's really what I want to work on with this build. Shady Training makes her move one space diagonally. It's not super frequent that we have an opportunity to move diagonally. This implies about the equivalent of moving 2 spaces, so it's a nice thing to have. And Avian Flight is a move action replacement. Basically, she flies instead of just walking, and in that way she can simply ignore terrain, allies, and enemies. And yeah, the only restriction is on her HP. If she has suffered too much damage, she will not be able to use this ability. This type of ability exists in disciplines, maybe in items in the future, I don't really know yet, but it's the only one that I've seen that has this kind of restriction. So let's make a round of her items. Wand of Missiles, basically it's a ranged magic item, and it will deal a purple damage. It increases SOI by 2 when I choose targets for a spell. Right now it's not very useful, it's more in the future. I did not create my build with the intent that every step of the way she's going to be super optimized. There are intricacies in this game that I don't know yet, and so I just decided to give her this. I think it's going to be eventually helpful for her. Buckler, she can counter with just 1 SP instead of 2 SP usual cost, and move 1 space diagonally. We like this. It also increases her defense by 1. Utility Gore, +1 to defense, a conviction upgrade to resist spells, and on exhaust, again, more movement. Her armor gives her +3 to health, +1 move, I mean movement steps. Dodge on exhaust with an opportunity to counter maybe, and a passive ability to help with dodging. Her discipline that I chose is Aspect. It's a Sanctus level 1 discipline. Passive bonus to movement steps, but mostly her movement point cost is not increased by terrain or allies. She'll be able to zoom around without having to use her avian flight ability, ignoring most things, not foes, sorry, but you know, she's gonna be able to ignore allies and terrain. For her items, she's gonna have 2 throwing knives. This is direct damage. It's very powerful items. In my opinion, it's maybe even a little bit too strong, but maybe it's going to be balanced eventually. Maybe, you know, it really shines at the beginning, but eventually it's less effective. I can't see how for now it can be that less effective. It's not affected by armor. You automatically hit. So there's just resistance to damage that can reduce the efficacy of this item. So honestly, it's very strong. And you know, a heal item here. Now let's review her skills and her modified stats. Presence 3, lore 2, agility 6. So she would be a very good jumper, but because she can fly, you know, most of the time, unless I don't have enough SP, I'll be able to jump probably with good confidence that I will end it without falling into an endless pit. So perception 3, that's great, and strength 4, actually she could be a good jump thrower in a pinch if you don't have Rook around. Yeah, she's a balanced one. For her modified stats, we've got 8 movement points for starting. It's very, very good. 8 defense, that's standard, 1 armor, and 15 HP. She earned a conviction die, a little upgrade from her core, and that's pretty much it. For Remy, because she's so focused on movement, I decided to use a level 2 crew or discipline called Bring the Shadows, a movement action replacer, so you can only make 1 move action in your turn. If you see move written in bold like this, it's your move action, and you cannot make another kind of move action. So she wouldn't be able to use Bring the Shadows with Avian Flight, for example, and move like, I don't know, like 20 spaces. It's impossible. She can only choose 1. So this level 2 discipline costs 2 SP, and she doesn't provoke break attacks. She can move through opponents with no penalty. I cannot increase her movement with SP, like a regular move action. That's why I'm really gonna focus on disciplines and other abilities that are gonna passively increase her movement, or give her small movement points that she can spend apart from the move action. She will then cast a spell to hopefully inflict darkness and magic damage equal to her casting die. And this is ignoring SOI and line of sight. So this already puts her in a position of being kind of a debuffer. The darkness effect reduces by 1 the attack roll of enemies, and it also prevents them from dodging your attacks, so it's a pretty good debuff. She's gonna move around, do AoE spells that will debuff, inflict damage, grab loot that is difficult to reach, maybe provoke and trigger totems. That's the concept of Remy. What's interesting is that Bring the Shadows has this shadowy team, but Remy, in her story, she comes from a criminal background. She's very reserved and shy, but you can see in her innate abilities that she's got shady training. I imagine her becoming like this shadowy, smoky figure and just zooming through enemies and then casting the darkness and dealing damage that way and having a heavy debuff. So that's what I tend to do with Remy. Alright, for Zeke Jong, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. I don't think no one will actually care, but so his innate ability is making better dodge rolls because he can re-roll, and dodge has innate synergy with countering, and counters is basically attacking out of your turn. When you succeed on a dodge, the SP cost of countering, instead of being 2 SP, which is the same amount of SP as attacking, only costs 1 SP. This means that you've got regular attacks off your turn as a reaction that can deal as much damage as a regular attack action, alright? But cheaper. So for me, it's really a synergy that I want to go with Zeke. I will also talk about a little bit the aggro/tanking mechanics of Middara. There are no real tanking mechanics explicitly described in this game. Mostly what you can do is that when it's the enemy's turn, they are all controlled by your players, and you will follow the conditions on the cards, and they will either be true or false. And if they are true, you will simply act what is written on these conditions, and it will make the enemy maybe move and attack, cast a spell, and that's how you manage the AI of your enemies, and that's how you can manage aggro. Zeke will simply be a character that will try to make use of the knowledge that we have with the monsters, and just profit from knowing the AI of the monsters, and he will try to attract them so that his dodge and counter combos will be able to work. For the items, we've got the Morningstar. It's a blunt shield combo weapon, white die, on exhaust. When countering, you may reroll any of your dice, so that's very nice for this build. The passive, when you defeat an opponent, you may move 2 spaces. So it's a great ability to have because it's repeatable, right? Every time he will defeat an enemy, he's going to be able to move. So its movement is a very great thing to have. It gives you a lot of freedom and a lot of course, mobility and adaptability to the situation. On the offhand, we will find a medium shield, purple die, usually, but because it's paired with the Morningstar, which is a melee weapon, the combo melee will be activated, and that increases the shield's combat die to a white one, so that's very good. And it gives a little bit of armor, and on exhaust, you can counter, so another instance of free countering this time, so very good for the build. For the defensive core, we've got plus 2 HP, plus 1 defense, another dodge on exhaust, and the armor, we've got no armor, but we've got plus 3 to health, plus 1 movement, it increases it to 7, so that's very nice. On exhaust, dodge, and if it's successfully dodged, a free counter. So again, everything is about dodging and countering for Zeke in this build. And the passive helps with the dodge by increasing a little bit the defense earned from the roll. For the discipline, I decided to go with critical defense, again, trying to get more dodges out of him. Passive, once per encounter, 1 free dodge token, and if he lands attacks, which the counter attacks counts as an attack, if he gets a star, he will be able to gain another dodge token. So basically, dodge machine, counter machine, that's what I'm going for. For the consumables, you might have seen that there's another throwing knife that appeared. It's because I had played a little bit with the builds and I forgot to give him the throwing knife again. So basically, instant damage, super nice, and a little bit of healing. I'm using the spaces here because I will not have relic for a while, I guess, and no accessory, and I just want to, have a clear view of my items. And so let's review the skills and the modified stats of Zeke. We've got 2 presence, 2 lore, 4 agility, so a good jumper, 6 perception, so a good jump catcher, and 4 strength, that's a good jump thrower, so he can save the day, right? Modified movement points to 7, defense 8, that's pretty standard, 1 armor, and 17 health. No bonuses to casting or conviction dice. Nightingale. So she basically has more SP to spend, once per encounter, anytime her allies gain SP, she gains plus 2. This is good for any SP-hungry build. I mean, any build would work with her. Any build will benefit from having more SP in your turn, in your encounter, right? So she doesn't have a clear direction like the other character has, which is a strength for her, actually. And yeah, so what I will do with her, her build is going to be the Vowed Masochist. Basically, I'm going to focus on Cruor abilities that inflict damage to herself in order to either gain vow tokens or gain SP or deal more damage. So she's gonna be like a DPR buffer. The vow token is a token that can be spread around, so she will be able to dish out a lot of those tokens to herself and to her allies, and these tokens adds +2 damage to whatever type of damage that was just done by an attack or a spell or another kind of ability. You know, her damage is gonna be also spread around the other characters' abilities, so it's very interesting. I really like this synergy. And I will try to give her a little bit of abilities that's gonna self-heal, because she's gonna sacrifice some of her health to activate those combos and synergies and abilities. So I'm gonna, you know, pick in a few other discipline lines to help her with that. Her equipment, we're gonna go with longsword. It's double-sided, so you can either use a one-handed version or the two-handed version. For this, I will use the one-handed version. Basically, combo light. She has a talisman offhand. It will enable this combo. This will increase the white die to an orange die. It's pretty much the highest die that you have for the starting encounter. And combo sword not available. Combo longsword not available, of course. For the magic talisman in offhand, purple die, and the passive is quite nice. You always empower attacks or spells. And also, if you make a regular attack, if you end up having books or the star symbol, you can choose to deal magic damage. And what's nice with magic damage is that it is not affected by the armor of your opponents. Defensive core, +1 defense, +2 health, an extra dodge, and badass leather jacket, +4 health. Makes sense. I want her to have a lot of health, +1 defense, +1 armor, sorry. A little per turn dodge bonus, and reduced physical damage dealt to her from melee attacks. It's a nice thing to have for her, especially that, you know, her HP is one of her resources for this build. So for her starting discipline, I decided to go with 2 Faust. I don't know if it's Faust or Faust, but anyways, 2 Faust. It's not the best discipline to start with because it has to be triggered by receiving damage, and she doesn't have any other discipline that self-inflicts damage to make use of it easily. So she has to be targeted by enemies to have this work. And it's only for her. She's gonna gain vow tokens. I could have gone with Gore Shot. That is an exhaust spell. It's free, doesn't cost any SP, deals 2 magic damage. You may deal yourself 2 reducible damage to deal additional magic damage equal to twice your highest cure discipline. I decided not to go with this one because when I will be able to buy a new discipline, I will go with a level 2 discipline that will instantly synergize with my vow token, and I don't want to be stuck with Gore Shot that actually won't make use of this synergy that I'm trying to build. So it's a small sacrifice. And going to her consumables, MF Fortitude for extra SP anytime, and a juice box for healing. And moving on to her modified stats, no bonuses to casting or conviction dice, 6 presence, the best in that area, 3 lore, 5 agility, so a good jumper. Not a good jump catcher, and not a good jump thrower, with 2 strength and perception individually. Her movement is 6, pretty standard, 8 defense, 1 armor, and 18 health. That's pretty much it for Nightingale. Let's go to Rook. He has passive abilities, basically higher HP. He can equip an additional consumable, and he ignores 1 instance of heavy tag received from either equipments or other items that would inflict it. Basically, heavy reduces agility by 1, and it reduces movement points by 1. This really makes him a good candidate for wearing heavy items, right? And good heavy items that I've seen are armors, so bonuses to armor, and there's a specific discipline called Courage Stifle that is a spell that casts damage equals to twice the amount of armor that the character has in magic damage. So I'll see this later, but basically this whole build for Rook is this. Let's review the items. Warhammer, so standard white combat dice. Exhaust for Empower. This works for spells as well as attacks. So if there's nothing mentioned, you consider that it applies just Empower to anything that can be empowered. The combo is activated because I have a shield offhand, so I gain another defense, and Heavy, which I ignore for the movement part Malice. Offhand, we've got a light buckler. So a purple die, I don't really mind the purple die. He's not gonna use, physical attacks that much. Unless he counters, which is, a passive that I can use with this shield. +1 to defense, +1 to armor, so again, it's good for Courage Stifle, and on exhaust, he can move diagonally, which is a great ability to have. Defensive core, +1 armor, of course, +2 health, a free dodge on exhaust. Armor is +2 defense, the cuirasse in French, I don't know, cuirasse. +2 health, and once per encounter, he can ignore all physical damage that is dealt. And Courage Stifle, the precious discipline that I love. You cast a spell 6 for 2 SP cost, deal magic damage equal to twice your total armor value. So that means 8 magic damage from the get-go, if he, of course, succeeds in the spell. The passive is really very nice. It really synergizes well. You can use 1 combat die of your choice from my shield or a blood weapon. I've got both of these, and it's considered as a spellcasting upgrade. And again, you've just seen me adding a new consumable. Again, I was playing around and I forgot to deal them correctly. So Magic Balm and HP Potion for a SOI heal for himself or for another ally. So basically he already has a little bit of this role of support. This cures an effect from an ally. I have the exact same amount of consumables, and it's the same consumables as in the original loadout that you have with the game. The modified stats, we've got 4 presence, pretty good. The best lore, 1 agility, so not a very good jumper, not a very good catcher, but a great jump thrower. We've got a 6 unmodified movement points, 8 defense, 4 armor, we love it, and 18 health. So basically, I think he's the highest health along with Nightingale. We've got the white spellcasting die here, and the 2 regular purple conviction die. So we've got our Shadow Striker with Bring the Shadows eventually here. We've got the Counter Master. We've got our Vow Masochist. And we've got our Courage Stifler with support abilities. Little disclaimer, I'm pretty new to Tabletop Simulator. I already done 1 run of the first encounter so that I can familiarize myself with where the things are and make my recording a little bit faster. It should go much better with the second attempt. If there are things that I do that could go quicker, if you have tips, please feel free to put a comment below. I will definitely read and see if I can add this to my experience. I will not play the audio files. I will just make a brief review of what's happening. So we've got here the initial scene, the intro scene, where we encounter our 4 main characters. They are about to engage in their final test. They are in some kind of academy or something. So it's the Magical Aptitude and Skill Test, or the Mast for short. Nightingale has a sister who's a supervisor. She kind of arranged, from what I get, for her to be with Zeke, her friend, and both of them seem to have like a noble background. And they are paired with Remy and Rook, of course. Remy is unknown from all these characters. Rook is known from Zeke. They seem to have a little kerfuffle together in the past, but they seem to be good friends now. And this is the initial loadout that I'm supposed to start with. I really respected the amount of items and the amount of disciplines, of course, that are given, so there's nothing more than just better synergy with the items. I decided to do that because I've already done this encounter with my friends live, and I don't want to do this again, right? It's just I want to work on my builds. I want to see how they fare in reality, and I want to tweak them and maybe work with you to make them better and find better synergies. All right, so they are thrown into the Mast. We've got our first encounter here, the Mast day 1. I'm gonna load the page and it will set all the encounter for me and I will return. So it's already done here. We've got totems, we've got this obstructing boulder, we've got the exit and a blue loot box. You've got the win conditions, and adventurer ends their turn on the blue exit. That's what I want to do. Lose condition, I don't want to be defeated. Read the special encounter rules. So here we've got the movable rock, the boulder here. I need to do a skill check of strength 10 to pass and move it out of the way. We've got the grading system. I want to have the most point that I can. So I want to finish this in 5 rounds or less. And for each cave cycle defeated, I've got more points, and I don't want to have defeated adventurers. Really, this is -5 is a huge malice. So let's focus in finishing this fight in 5 rounds. We've got the blue loot, blue totem, and red totem. We've got the little red revealer here. The strategy that you want to have is make sure to trigger the totems, which are triggered as soon as line of sight is drawn. So you want to trigger them when it's optimal for you, all right? So the first turn for my characters is, you know, an empty turn. They start in this cave and they have no idea what's coming for them. I'm gonna shuffle these so that I have a initiative track. We're gonna have Nightingale, Zeke, Rook, and Remy. Playing in that order from left to right. We call the left part the front of the initiative track, and the back of the initiative track is to the right. I used this health tracker for tracking my rounds because I can't use this, and I tried different thing, rotating, opening something, like there's nothing to increase the timer, so I just decided to use this, and I will increase per round. We'll start round 1 and we are gonna place our characters. This is pretty much the space where you will activate the blue totem. Let's have a line and see. We're gonna have this. This is, yeah, this could actually activate it as well, from what I gather. Of course, this and this. So basically, we want to be placed in this area. I need to put someone here or here and trigger the encounter. I'll probably go here because this is entering terrain. There's only, unless it's Remy that's triggering, the other will have to spend 2 SPs to move out of this, so I'd rather maybe trigger it from here and have this clear. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. Alright, so first round we're gonna have Nightingale. I decided to place them like this, and I will try to trigger the totem quickly because I want my other characters to be able to have their turn and act instead of just moving and have the enemies spawn in the end. I know that enemies are coming, so I can plan this out, but at the same time, I know that totems will probably spawn enemies, all right? It's not really, you know, it's not cheating. That's the way the game is made. I mean, you've got all the tools to be strategic about your fight, being tactical, all right? So I'm gonna move Nightingale right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She will be able to move in eventually and attack. For now, that's where I'm gonna put her. And so she spends 1 SP for moving. Would I want to do anything else? I don't think so. I don't think I want to start with her ability because she's going to gain +2. And on the next phase, she's going to gain 3 more. So I'm going to lose, you know, these SP bonuses. So I'm going to leave this right there. There's no abilities I can use right now. This is it for turn. I'm gonna flip her. Zeke. Zeke is the one that's gonna trigger, and I want him to be the triggerer, right? I decided to put Remy there because she has a lot of movement, so she's gonna be able to, you know, reach the fight. Rook is a ranged spellcaster with this, so he doesn't need to be so close. And also, if he needs to heal with the HP potion, he's going to be able to throw it in SOI as well. So, you know, it doesn't matter as much. So let's do this. Zeke spends 1 SP for the move action. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This will trigger the blue totem. We've got the little revealer here. As you approach the boulder in your path, a sound echoes. You spawn 2 cave sickles. And adjacent to the blue the blue totem, sorry. And you also have 2 other cave sickles that are gonna spawn much closer to us, the south side of the first tile. So I added the cave sickles 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, but it's only cave sickle 4 in this instance, to the initiative track right after Zeke. That's the rule. When you have new spawns, they will spawn right after the triggering character's turn. I can finish Zeke's turn because there's no mention in the blue totem revealed text that it stops my turn, and this will help me actually maybe place myself in a better situation because he was doing his move action while doing this. It got interrupted. We've got the spawned cave sickle 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the token is no longer necessary. So Zeke's turn, I will simply put him here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 7 movement. I might actually go here, but he could get attacked pretty quickly. I don't necessarily want him to be attacked with too much cave sickles at the same time. I'll probably actually stay here so that this guy will attack him through the diagonal here, and he will move, not move, but range attack and then move to attack. I need to give him once per encounter a dodge token. I'm gonna put that here so that I know. So this is used, let's say like this. This is still available. It's just the part that at the start of every encounter I get 1 free dodge token. Should I do something else? I think that's pretty much it. I want to keep my SP, like I said, to dodge and counter, and this will happen on the enemy's turn. I'll just let them trigger the fury of the counter master. I don't know what's gonna happen. He could die, so it really depends on their rolls and mine. So I'm gonna end Zeke's turn, and it's gonna be the first cave sickle's turn. So when there are swarms, this is the kind of intelligent combatant card. Swarms, there are many combatants in the same card. You have to kill all of them to earn the loot from resolving this encounter card. Because there's only a 4th one, he's alone. If you kill the 4th one, you're gonna get the loot from this encounter card. All right. Number 1. We need to see if the conditions are true or false. Is there an opponent adjacent? No. Is there an opponent within range 4? I don't think so. Can it move and attack an opponent within range 4? Probably. Let's see if it jumps here. He's gonna be able to attack Zeke with a... Does he have a -1 to attacks? It will indeed have like a -1 from having to cross this hindering terrain to shoot his ranged attack. So first thing first, he's gonna jump here. Skill checks for enemies are pretty simple. You only have to roll a black die. I'm just gonna copy one here. He fails only if there's a skull. Am I gonna be lucky? No, I won't. So it succeeds. And they will not risk jumping more than 2 squares. This is in the golden rules. The golden rules exist to prevent abuse from AI. Already we have a lot to use and profit from, so you know they made these golden rules so that you know we're not complete a-holes with the enemies and kind of semi-cheat. So this is not a super risky behavior. He could have died 1 chance on 6, pretty decent. And in the golden rules, they will put themselves in danger unless the danger is like a sure death. They will not do that, all right? So he will, it will move until it can have reach 4 to the opponent. This is the farthest he can be to be at reach 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Reach 3. Reach for range and reach melee weapons and SOI are counts diagonally as well as orthogonally, so it's the exception. It's only movement that really is limited to orthogonal movement. They've got Hive Mind, which means if they have other cavesicles around them, it increases their damage potential. There's 3 cavesicles inside its SOI, so this is gonna be, you know, a strong attack, 2 whites, 1 empowered, and they gain a defense. What I'm gonna do is, from the get-go, I'm gonna call a dodge from my friend Zeke. I think I will simply use this because he will not be able to counter, you know, against this enemy doesn't have any range attacks. So I'm just gonna use my dodge here. It's free, and I'm gonna throw my black dice. All right, that's a +3 to defense. Each shield gives +1. There's a good chance that I'm gonna be able to live through this. Let's do the attack here. 6, 7, 8. +1 defense, it doesn't apply for now, so 8. Zeke has 8 defense. They would still hit if he didn't have dodge. So we've got a +3. It doesn't hit. This stops their turn. There's no other conditions to meet or actions to be done. Cavesicle number 2. So this one is pretty far. He won't be able to dodge. Because of the rules, the way they are, usually they're intelligent combatants. Even though the rule stipulated that he would stop from to move to up to range 4 from the nearest opponent, what I think I would do is simply make the whole move so that it can be placed strategically so that number 2 will be able to come in. I don't want to give myself like freebies, so I'm gonna make them work intelligently like they should. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just got back a little bit on the action. They still have the -1 to defense to their attack roll. It doesn't matter. They Zeke really dodged well, but at least it will make an opening for the Cavesicle 2, which it will use. So Cavesicle 2, it's the same condition that's true, which is the last one. It's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one will stop there because there's no strategy that I can do that will, make it better for their situation, for the foes. All right, so it's gonna stay there. We're gonna see if it survives. It does. So it survives the jump, and then it's gonna attack. So let's reroll these bad guys. Oh no, wait. First, this is something. You've gotta call the dodge before rolling. So when you're playing in a group, like we gave ourselves like this goal to always call dodges for the others, the other player's turn. I'm alone, so I need to think about all of this. So let's see here. I think I'm just gonna use my token and keep my SP. You gotta keep your SPs. So yeah, I'm gonna use that dodge, and I'm gonna roll a black die. Yes, that's +4 defense. That's the best roll that you can get. Super happy about this. Oh, I also forgot I have a passive with this occult shirt that gives me a +1 shield to the result if I don't roll a skull, so I actually have +5. There are so many little rules like this. You have to be very aware about your character. It's pretty much like D&D, right? We have a lot of abilities, a lot of spells and stuff. You gotta know your character. I've got 4 characters to manage, and so I still need to kind of get around this. I might make mistakes. I might retcon, you know, an action if I did a mistake with a rule that's simple to correct. That's not gonna, you know, completely change a chain of event because it's too late. But the only thing that I will try to really respect is call my dodge before the enemy roll, because otherwise this is kind of, it's not intended to do that. But, you know, adding to your passive, you know, I think I could retcon this if I forgot to do it. So, will they hit me? Very good. So basically they miss, and that ends the second sickle action. We're up to the third one now. And the third one has the same bonus, but it's not the same condition that's going to trigger. It's from already the first one is true. So it's going to make an attack, a melee attack against Zeke. That's right here. And it's going to make a follow-up attack and another follow-up attack. This is 3 attacks. It's a huge amount of potential damage, especially because all the cave sickles are pretty near, and that's a big boost to have. What I want to do is really like kill them quickly. And a good thing about counter masters is about countering actually, because it kind of ends the attack of the enemy. It is considered that the follow-up attacks are actually cancelled with this. So it's very strong to use counters. It's not only a defensive mechanism, it's also an offensive mechanism, it's an aggro mechanism. It's a build for me that makes sense to use, and this really will reduce the number of damage, potential damage. And there's another follow-up attack here that inflicts poison, so this is potential damage as well, and there could be other spells and stuff from other enemies that could happen. So it's very important to use counter to prevent this situation. So I'm gonna dodge, like I said. Let's see what can I do, because now I can dodge and counter, so it's the right moment to use my occult shirt exhaust ability. So rotate, this is done, I'm gonna dodge. Let's roll this. It's a good time to have 4, well, just 2 plus 2, it's still good. And the third sickle will roll their attack. That's a good attack. 6. Okay, so that's 11. Is it enough? I've got 8, 9, 10. You know, I've got a +1 to the result, so it's 11. They still hit with an 11. I would need to have 12 to be completely defended. Let me see here. When countering, you may re-roll. Do I have anything else that I could do? Once per turn, so long as you did not roll, Zeke may re-roll his dodge roll. So what I will do is I will re-roll my dodge roll with my once per turn ability, and I will re-roll. Hopefully I will have more than +2. It's even a worst roll. All right, yeah, I'm pretty sad about this. I think it, you know, he's gonna have a good amount of damage coming in, but I'll be able to counter and hopefully stop the FU. Actually, I will stop the FUs, the follow-up attacks. So let's count the damage. That's a lot of damage, guys. Like, there's +3 here, plus another one, +2. So, you know, that's 6 damage more. 11 minus 9, because he has this +1 passive to dodge roll. You know, this dodge roll still counts as a +1. So that's 2 damage, +6, that's 8 damage, guys. 8 damage minus 1 armor, we're at 7. So that's pretty intense. And of course, I will not, you know, let that go so easily. I will counter this little guy. Because I did not successfully dodge the attack, I cannot use this counter. I'll have to use another way of countering. My medium shield counter, and make my attack. Because I counter, even if I miss, it stops the follow-up action. So this prevents me a lot of possible damage. Let's do this. He has 2 white die. Let's roll the attack. Hopefully it's gonna be good. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so that's 6. I've got, when countering, you may reroll any of your dice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this because 6 doesn't cut it. And I'm gonna reroll this one first. I can roll any of my dice, right? So I can roll both of them or just one. So I'm gonna start with this. All right, that's 10. Really not bad. I'm sure to hit. I don't want to risk having lower than 4. For me, that's already a good hit. I've got a +2 because it has, no, +1 because it has 9 defense because of the Hive Mind bonus. So that's 1 damage more, and you can increase it with another +2 from these guys. So that's 3 damage in total. Is there anything else that I can do? I could have empowered, but you need to empower before knowing if you hit or not. So basically, you know, I should have done that before, but it's not that bad. I can, you know, empower it at another time. And yeah, I'm just gonna deal the 3 damage to number 3 here, and I'm gonna end their follow-up attacks. They cannot do anything less, and there is no then conditions which would trigger, even though I would have counter their attack and stop the follow-ups. Alright, the last Cave Sickle, number 4 here. It's going to be a ranged attack, and then they are going to move. What is the rule for targeting a character? If there are no damaged character, if Zeke would have, you know, suffered 7 points of damage, it would be the character that has the initiative that is closest to the front. So this would be Nightingale, but because he already suffered 7 damage, he automatically becomes a target, a priority target, because, you know, they're clever, they want to kill their enemies as quickly as they can, so they will focus on Zeke, which, you know, I really like. I don't mind. That's his purpose in life. Cave Sickle attack. I will dodge, and this time, because I do not have any free dodge ability left, I need to spend SP, so I'm very glad that I kept all that SP. It will cost only 1, and let's see if it works. Hopefully it will. Okay, so I've got a 2 shield. Not so bad. It could be worse. Because it's a new turn, it's the turn of a new Cave Sickle, I could use this again and re-roll. I can use this anytime. I can use this, like, I mean, not anytime, but I can use this, like, after seeing how it works. It's gonna be a ranged attack. Let's see. All right, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he wouldn't even hit anyways. So that's good. But they have a follow-up attack because I can't counter at this distance. And anyways, you know, I don't have a free counter. I could spend 1 SP to make a counter because I would have successfully dodged. I could have used this, but no ranged attack. Second point, move to be adjacent to the opponent with the most damage within movement range. So within, as always, is always the less movement they can do, they will do that. So this is where it ends up, to attack Zeke, and they make another attack. I will again dodge, so this is my last SP. Oh, much better. Okay, +3. And they will attack. Oof. Okay, 7, 8, 9. Actually, this is a successful dodge, so basically it doesn't land. But even if it doesn't land, it will try to inflict poison, and this is not super great. So I will need to roll Zeke's conviction roll. Alright, that's not so bad. 6, 7, 8, but it's not enough because it has a force 9. If I would have just +1, it would be enough for me to resist. Contrarily to attacks, you need to simply match the opponent's defense. For spells, you need to have more force, have a better force roll than the conviction roll. So it's just like this little thing that you have to be mindful of. Like, I would have liked that they would have made it the same principle, like that you have to reach the target number, but it's not the same. But it's okay. I mean, you can get used to this and adjust. So he's gonna be inflicted poison. It's not so bad. I've got this balm on Rook that he's gonna be able to use. Let's see if I can boost this conviction die. I don't think so. There's no reroll for conviction. I don't remember seeing this. So yeah, he's gonna have, unfortunately, a little poison. So poison dude, unfortunately. Yeah, we've completed the Sickle's turns. Alright, now it's Rook's turn. Hopefully he'll be able to arrange the situation. Let's first start with a move action so that he gets in line of sight of the enemies at least to activate the Courage Stifle ability, which he will do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should I use the space diagonally? I could actually make way to maybe place myself here, and this will give Zeke a +1 to roll on his counters. I could attack with Rook and have a +1 to roll because they're going to be flanking. You know, I need to think about all of these details. So what's really nice about abilities and disciplines that give free movement points, like it's the case with Rook's Shield Exhaust ability here, we ignore terrain. That's basically like just a free little movement, you know, positioning. So it's very nice to use this to kind of adjust to how the fight evolves, and it can also make you progress farther before using your true move action. So these are very nice abilities to have. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it so that I can flank the enemy between Zeke and Rook. Also, it will make him maybe a prime target. We'll see. I mean, they will still try to attack Zeke because he has more damage. They will have to make a ranged attack through Rook, and that's a good thing to have as well. I will definitely use this and discard the poison from our friend Zeke. Then I spend my 2 points to Courage Stifle. So I will simply just roll this and hope for the best. Okay, 6 is pretty much one of the best roll that I can have. And I add this to 6. This is 12. They have to reach 12 with their conviction roll to be able to survive this. Alright, so I decided to kill number 4 here. The reason for this is not only will I get the loot, and when you loot you also get a re-equip action, so if it's interesting I will be able to maybe benefit from this. So let's see if this Cave Sickle will resist. It's a white and a purple die. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they do not resist. Super happy about this. Like, it dies, actually. Just 4, 5, 6. Goodbye, good riddance. And we get a loot card. So I got a 6 cash. I'm happy about this. There we go. It's in my stash. And this one is dead, and it makes them a little bit less strong, and we like that. Less defense, less attack dice, no empowering, so we really like this. Can I do something else with Master Rook? Not really, like he doesn't have any SP left, so that's it. That's the end of his turn. Alright, so Remy. Alright, so let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Maybe, so that it blocks, you know, line of sight. You know, it's gonna hinder their ranged attack if they want to attack Zeke, so that's a good thing. And she'll actually take the adjacent attack. Do I want her to take the adjacent attack? Actually, no, I don't. So I'm gonna put her there. This is gonna block her. Yeah, I'm gonna put her there instead. Yeah, basically I go where I wanted to go from the start. She's gonna do her attack against this guy here. Okay, well, definitely misses. Okay, I have no other ways of attacking. That's pretty much it. I don't want to suffer a break attack. Oh, there's this. This movement does not provoke break attacks. When making this movement, you may spend 1 SP to an additional space. Because what I want her to do is to quickly be able to get that loot, right? She doesn't do a lot of damage, so actually I think I will use this right here to move diagonally, like here. And then I will use this and move 1 space here. So she's gonna be ready to fly, and yeah, just get her way to the loot. She will actually, yeah, there's a risk for her to activate the red totem. I don't want that. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I will just try to move the boulder with her 4 strength, which isn't that bad, and that ends her turn. And that's it. That's our first turn. Hopefully the initiative track is gonna be good for me. So round 2 and shuffle. What do we have here? All right, Rook. Okay, so we've got to have the Cavesicles acting right after. And oh, this guy is delete. All right, so Rook Boy, first thing first, we unexhaust. And there are no status on him. We don't have any abilities to resolve, and he's gonna recover 3 stamina points and unexhaust cards. That's pretty much it. He's already in a good position to use Courage Stifle once, and I think that's what he's gonna do, and I'm gonna try to use it. Who's gonna play after? Okay, there's this risk, but I mean, yeah, and Zeke doesn't have anything left. So, you know, you have to think about all of these things, and even though I would have rather one-hit kill with Courage Stifle, one of the, you know, full HP ones, I don't want him to die. He's gonna be the target already of the other twos. So I need to, yeah, reduce this as much as I can. Let's see if it works out. Okay, that's very good. So that's 12. That's much more difficult for the little guy here to survive this. Oof. Okay, 10. Very happy. It works. It dies. So that's it for the orange dude here. He's dead. It's true that I could counter. He has a lot of HP and a lot of defense. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna use a point to... Oh, I could move diagonally. That's good. Okay, so there we go. Let's do this. And move 1 space diagonally. This will put him in range, and it will automatically, like, it will trigger this. They will try to attack. It's much more advantageous to try to both of them deal 6 attack total than, you know, throwing and then moving in and, you know, getting 2 break attacks from them. Like, it's really not advantageous for them to do this. So they will just try to get rid of Rook. It's just the right thing to do. If I would be them. This ends his turn. He still has this. I think I'm gonna use my energy drink. I'm gonna throw it at Zeke. Should I? He's gonna survive, right? He's gonna survive. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it for the next turn. Let's hope. I really don't want to have a defeat and lose points. All right, so this is done for Mr. Rook. Let's do these guys' turn. So we have number 1. It's reduced to Hive Mind 1. This is much better for attacks and stuff. Mr. here will try to attack a Rook. Oh, wait. Should I dodge? Right? Should I dodge? I will. Rotate left. I always have to think about these things, guys. And I'm gonna throw the dodge roll. Oof, +1. Not super good. And let's see if they hit. 6, 7, 8. He has +1, so that's 9. They do not hit. I could make a counter and try to hit him with a hammer. 1 SP counter. Let's do this, guys. All right, so passive 1 SP counter. Let's attack this dude. I will empower with my mace. So this is the attack roll against 6, 8. 8 barely touches it. That's good, but because I have more damage with these, it will be fine. I think I will do a little bit of damage. So +2 physical damage. Yeah, so it's, yeah, +2 damage. It's better than nothing for 1 SP value. And it also stops the follow-up attacks. So I'm very happy. It ends the number 1 Cavesicle turn. Number 2 is going to do the same thing. So again, can I dodge? I don't think so. I don't have anything left. Yeah, I've used all my dodges, and I'm just going to try to survive. And we'll see what it does. I'm not super, you know, worried. No, you know, like it doesn't even hit. I'm not worried because Rook has a lot of armor anyways, so he's gonna be able to deal with that possible damage. Can he counter? I don't think so. No more SPs. They're gonna try to attack him again. Can I dodge? 7, 8, and 9. So how many defense? I've got 8 defense. 8, really? Apparently. So 8 defense, so they hit by a margin of 1. And they have, oh, just +1 damage, so that's good. It will deal 2 damage, but I've got 4 armor, so 0. And their last follow-up attack. 5, 6, 7, 8. They hit +1 damage. It's absorbed. Blah, blah, blah. There's nothing done here. So it's the end of the Cavesicle's turn. Now we've got Remy. Remy is gonna unexhaust. And unexhaust. And gain her 3 SP. What I'm gonna do with her is move 1 space diagonally. I'm gonna do this because I want to remove this boulder. The earliest I do this, the better it is. Anyways, someone will have to do it. So let's just get rid of this, pay 1, and hope for the best. Oops. And another one, sorry. 6, wow, 12. So yes, she just flies up and use that momentum to just roll the boulder, push the boulder in the ravine, and she's gonna be a happy camper with that. I could put her in a position of flanking. Maybe, can I? Not really, actually. I could use Shady Training, 1 SP, and she would move there and would be able to flank. It's not a melee weapon, though, so flanking doesn't apply if it's not a melee weapon. Shady Training. Yeah, I think I would actually do it so that, you know, the other characters can move in faster. So there we go. Shady Training. Zoom. And then she won't be able to attack, but she would be able to dodge and maybe even counter twice if this happens. And I think they would rather attack Remy for that. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Thank you, Remy, for a valiant effort. Zeke boy, I think you're gonna drink this. Yeah, I think you're gonna drink this, my boy. So there you go. 1, 2, 3. Zeke, on exhaust. Yeah, I forgot to do this first. On exhaust. Yeah, I forgot I could use the keyboard. I'll be mindful. And he's gonna earn the 3 points here. Of course, gonna use 1 at least to attack this guy here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's enough to move in range. Do I want to do something else? I don't think so. They will aggro on him, and he's gonna dodge and hopefully kill all of these guys. So I think that's pretty much his turn. I'm gonna keep those SPs for later. Alright, so Nightingale here, +3. That's the maximum SP she can get. She's definitely gonna use 1 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Stand up. And she's gonna try to kill this one here. So 2 points. And let's see if it works. Can I empower? I always empower. Let's roll this against the orange dude. 7, 8, 9, 10 with a star. That's marvelous. Pretty sure I kill it. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's +2 damage. Plus 1 magic damage. Plus 1 magic damage. So yeah, it dies. Goodbye, good riddance. Alright, let's see if I can move again. No, I do not have any abilities that makes me move more. That's a little bit sad, but, you know, it's life. I cannot spend 1 SP to gain +2 movement points because my move action is already done, okay? You only can move again after having done any other action if you've got abilities that enables this. So I'm gonna use my encounter thingy. So she gains +2. Used. And everyone else gains +1. So Rook can counter now. Zeke as well, and Remy. They all gain +1. This is very nice. Is it finished? Is this the real life or is this just fantasy? It's done. So let's see, we're on turn 3. Shuffle this. Alright, and flip. So Nightingale, I think I want to kind of get through, right? At some point we need to get to the exit, and I don't want to lose too much time. There's a red totem. We don't know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen, but you know, you always have to think about this. It's probably going to be enemies. It could be something else, a trap or something, probably. But we don't want to linger too much, especially because the rounds are counted. So I think since she will provoke a break attack if she moves out of this place here. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the refresh phase. So, you know, she has everything. So, and she has max SP, so +3, you know, she's full. It doesn't matter. I think she's just gonna move through and deal with the break attack. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so let's resolve the break attack from the cave sickle. Hive mind, it's done. The guy is alone, so the combat dice is just 2 purple. She's gonna dodge first. I'm sorry, I forgot to say. 6, 7, 8. No, this was a 6. Oh, this is all rotation value 6. So no, 6, 5. Okay. So she's gonna dodge. It's gonna be with that free thing here. Oops. What did I do? Oops. Okay. There we go. So free dodge. Let's see how it works. Oh no, crap. This means that it just hits. It just hits. There's no thing to do. Like when you're making a dodge, so long as you did not roll, you may re-roll. It's not the case. I mean, she has this reduced physical damage thing, so she's probably be more than okay. I forgot to make her pay the movement that she did. That deals 2 damage, no, 1 damage, so it doesn't even do damage because she has this resistance from physical attack from the badass leather jacket, and that's passive, so it's just like, I do not care about that little sickle arm that you're brandishing at Nightingale. She just passes through. On her next turn, she's gonna gain 3 more, so I want to have at least, you know, room for those SPs to be gained. So that gives her a +2. So either I go here and trigger the red totem. I think it does. Let's see. It does. So either I trigger the red totem or I hide in a corner and wait for my friends to come in. Because she's the first one to act, I think it's gonna happen. I think I will probably have time to move in with Zeke, maybe Zeke, Remy, and Rook. So I'm just gonna make her wait and see what happens. So thank you, Nightingale. This is your turn. Enemy's turn. Well, you know, he's stuck with Rook. Let's see. Should I dodge? Should I dodge or should I go? He has 1 SP, so he could dodge. But he won't be able to counter, right? No, so it's not super useful. I'm gonna keep that SP and just, you know, tank the damage. It's not a very big roll. Yeah, with a 14, it's not a very big roll. That's life. And because I didn't dodge, I did not counter. But, oh, I could counter actually because of this, and I will. Certainly, to prevent the follow-up attacks. So let's see if the bad boy will be hit. I cannot empower because, you know, Rook is not refreshed, so let's hope for the best. Oh, that's 7. 7 doesn't hit, unfortunately. But because I did a counter, still, you know, the follow-up actions are cancelled, and I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you, 1 SP counter from this bookler. Love ya. This is it. There's nothing else to do with this guy. He cannot really do much. Cannot move. He's stuck there. Pretty happy with this. Now Zeke is gonna refresh. What I'll do is I'm gonna move, and why do I move is because I want him to attack me, and this way I will be able to use my counters, which is cheaper. He's gonna begin his move action and try to go away, make a break attack, and this is gonna happen. Of course, he's gonna dodge. It's gonna be a free one like this. He's gonna dodge. Let's see if it's gonna help him with the break. No, it's not gonna help him. He's hit. So yeah, that's pretty much it. He's hit by the attack. Well, no, actually, no. He's not necessarily hit. I need to roll this. Well, there you go. So that's it. He doesn't care. He still succeeds the dodge, so it enables him to make a counter, which a 1 SP counter, which he will do. I'm gonna attack. Can I empower this? No. Exhaust when countering. You may reroll any of your dice. We love this. Alright, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, and just 1 shield. I'm gonna try and reroll this. Exhaust when countering. Let's reroll. Well, marginally better. It actually hits with a +1 and another +2 from the 2 shield symbols here. So that's 3 damage. So it's much better, actually. I really appreciate this. Thank you. And I will continue my movement action. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for total movement. From that point, it will activate, right? So let's do that setup. Let's see what the red totem gives us. 2 K-Sickles are just around the corner, and 1 more spawns beside the blue loot token. And this is the setup that I made. So the 2 adjacent to the red token, I'm gonna remove it, and the blue token, this is the little guy that just spawned, and their new AI card. So it spawned right when Zeke was there, so I didn't finish my movement. So just to reiterate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm gonna spend 1 more SP to already proceed towards the exit, and I will try to trigger their the first AI, because I will be able to counter and stop this. So I would rather have this than poison and other shenanigans. So yeah, that's it. 2 SPs left. A few counters. I mean, he has a few options. Let's see. I'm very inclined to reduce the amount of damage that he's gonna take with the use of throwing knife. I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna aim for 1, 2, 3. It's a range 4 weapon. I think I'm gonna aim for the K-Sickle 6 to make the space free for Remy to go grab the loot. And also, I don't really appreciate the range attack with the inflict poison thing after. So is that the end of my turn? Oh, I need to put their initiative card. 4 and 6. There you go. Let's place it right after him. Throwing knife. Roll a purple die against that little guy out there. Please a 7. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3. 3 damage. I'm very inclined to do it again, but you know, I'm gonna try to keep at least 1 per person. Maybe Remy is gonna do the job for him. And that's Zeke's turn. Cave Sickles. First one, blue. This is true for both of them, and the second option is true for the pink one. Let's do this. Make an attack. I'm gonna dodge, of course. Yeah, I've got this. Free dodge and a counter if it succeeds. So definitely engaging this and a roll. Okay, 2. Not so bad. I could re-roll. I'm satisfied. They have 1, 2, 3, 4. They only have this part of the hive mind because the first one is pretty far away. So it's 2 whites against me. Oh my god. 7, 8, 9, 10. To succeed, I would need to have 9. I could reroll this. I think I will. Just so that I can use this free counter here. If you don't roll, add plus... Oh no, I already have a +1. I completely forgot about this. Oh my god. I win. 8, 9, 10, and 11. And these guys rolled 10. It succeeded. And I will be able to make a free counter. Thank you. Goodbye. And I don't have this little bonus for countering here. It doesn't matter. Ooh. Very nice. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 against their 8. It's pretty good. We've got 3 points plus 2 points, so 5 plus 1 from the physical damage here, so that's 6. I guess I will have to just kill it and not be able to use this because I only have 1 star to spend, unfortunately. Oh well, I mean, I'd rather just kill it. And this guy here, I'm gonna use 1 SP to dodge because I have no longer free dodges left. And let's see what it gives. Okay, 2 again. Oh, I'm changing the dice because there's only 1 left in their surrounding. 6, 7, 8, 9. I go through because +2 and +1 on my dodges, so that's a successful dodge. I think I will use my free counter to be able to dodge this attack here, because I have no free dodges left. So there you go. Free counter. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's a little bit sucky. It's only 5, so unfortunately this counter attack did not work, but it stops the follow-up attack, so it's still very good to mitigate damage. Pretty happy with this turn. We have the pink one going on, and this is there an opponent within range 4? It's the case, it's within range 3. Ranged attack, I'll use my last SP2 dodge. Oh, that's just 1. I think I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, crap. Okay, shouldn't have, but it's okay. So this is used for this turn. Let's just hope for the best. 6, 10. I think it just passes through with the 2 margin and +2 damage. That's 4 damage, -1. So we're at 3. So it's gonna make 7 damage for him, unfortunately. And move to be adjacent to the opponent with the most damage within movement range. 5. He's gonna be able to do this. He's gonna jump. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if he jumps. Hopefully he doesn't die. I would like it. No, it doesn't die. So there you go. I put him here because it's more advantageous. Not because of flanking, because he's going to be protected against all these guys. So I could use this and have a flanking attack. I think if I would be the sickle, I would place myself there to prevent all these guys from hitting me after. And he's going to make a normal attack. Can I dodge? I don't think so. I think it's pretty much done deal. Yeah. So for the best. Oof, 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 oof. Okay, so 12. That hits for sure. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we're 4 damage left from dying. I'm pretty glad that it's done. There's only like the inflict poison thing to deal with. Let's see if it works. I need to have big numbers. Yes, so I'm good. Okay, so no poison damage. I'm pretty happy with this. That's the end of the cave sickle turn. Remy. I think she's just gonna go get the loot and attack at range. I think she will be able to do that. So let's refresh and gain 3 points. I'm gonna use 1 to fly, 2 to fly, I'm sorry. because I don't want to have to deal with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. I'm gonna use my diagonal space, and I'm gonna use my +1 space. Oops. And diagonal +1. She's adjacent, and now she's gonna use this SP to make the encounter action to loot. Let's see what the loot gives us. You find a pile of treasure, 2 random consumables. In addition, finding this box will look good when getting graded. Gain 2 bonus. Oh, that's good. So 2 bonus points. Looking good, looking good. Let's see. We've got 2 random consumables. All right, so I drew a throwing knife and a bottled blessing. This is what Remy earns directly. When you loot, you automatically have a free re-equip action. I'll stash a throwing knife, take out a bottled blessing, stash another throwing knife. Yeah, I like that I can heal 3 in SOI, or gain SP, or reroll any dice you just rolled. This is a very nice consumable. Let's see what I can do next. I think I'm gonna attack, for sure, with my little one of missiles. And I'm gonna attack the one that's most damage, which is the pink one. Hopefully it's gonna work. Roll. Wow. Okay, so not going far with that. And I don't have any reroll except if I use this, but I don't. I think I actually am gonna use a throwing knife since I have more here. And I'm gonna try to kill the Cave Sickle 5 with... actually, I think I'm gonna try to kill the Cave Sickle 6 again. Let's just roll 1. Alright, good choice. So it kills this one with 2 points more than I would need. I think that's pretty much it for Remy. And Rook, let's unexhaust my stuff. And gain 3 SP and try to kill this thing. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to provoke a break attack, dodge and counter so that I don't waste my SP too much. So there you go. Pay 1, start in the move, and I provoke a break attack from Sickle. I will dodge this thing and hopefully counter. So let's roll dodge. Okay, 2, not so bad. And this guy is alone, so he just rolls 2 dice like this. Roll this. 7, 8, 9, 10. It still hits and deal no damage because of armor, so I'm just gonna... I don't know why I used the dodge actually. Because anyways I have the passive SP counter, so... Yeah, I think I don't need to dodge, and this guy like has so much HP that it's just not necessary. So yeah, anyways, let's do this. 1 SP for a counter attack. And I'm gonna empower all this. Okay. Maybe. Oh my god. That's 5 and a miss. This ends this action, the counter. And I did not kill it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Actually, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna move here instead and try to move diagonally to help this guy out, and I will leave Nightingale to deal with the one in the back. Move diagonally. There we go. That's it. Thank you, Rook. Turn 4. You know, we've got some we've got some space. Cave Sickle 1, 2, 3. So this is the guy that's alone in his corner. He's gonna do the second AI option, which is make a ranged attack against Nightingale, and then he's gonna move in and attack her, and maybe inflict poison. So hopefully Nightingale has a few things up her sleeve. Yes, she does. She has a lot of SP, so pretty glad about that. Can she dodge? She will need to pay to dodge. I'm not gonna dodge. I'm gonna wait for him to come in, and then I'm gonna dodge, use my SP to dodge and counter. So yeah, let's see. 5, 6, 7. It doesn't hit, so good choice. Then it moves 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. I'm gonna go here because I want him to benefit from having 2 allies in its SOI. This gives him 2 white dice instead, and now I'm gonna certainly dodge because make an attack to be adjacent to the opponent with the most damage within movement range. Would he be able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I think actually that he would go towards Rook within movement range. Yeah, I think he's gonna go towards Rook, which is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, more damage. She's gonna attack Rook. Good thing that I used that I didn't use this one, because I'll be able to counter, but I'll not be able to defend, to dodge. 2 whites. Yeah, cool. So I will definitely counter and put an end to this pitiful creature there. Hopefully, we'll see. So 1 SP counter. Let's do this. Roll. Yes, I do. So the Cave Sickle dies, and I'm happy because he won't inflict poison, and I earn a combat loot. Let's see this. Draw. What do I get? 8. Party stash. There we go. This is done. Go back in your initiative thing. And Remy. Unexhaust. Unexhaust. +3. I think she's gonna stay there. Oops, the blue loot is not there anymore. I think she's gonna stay there. It's useless for her to go to the exit. These guys will probably be able to do this. I think she will simply do that. A ranged wand of missile action. You know, why not? She can. So move diagonally and an attack against the... Oh wait, did I kill it? Oh yes, it's true, I killed it. Oh my god, I completely forgot to remove it. Okay, so there's only the green one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, let's see if it works. Yes, indeed. 10 and magic stuff happening. Yeah, pretty good hit in the end. Good, good, good. 2, 3, 4 magic damage. Nice. She has 1 SP left. I don't think there's anything to do with that. I'm gonna flip this and go to Rook. Rook is in range. I'm gonna unexhaust, unexhaust, gain SP. He's gonna do the Courage Stifle thingy just to get rid of it, and I like to do this, so roll this. Oof, 6 + 3, that's 9, able to do, so hopefully you won't have it. 6, 7, 8, 9, so he wins. Like we said, unfortunately equals makes resistance to the spell being cast, and I have nothing to change that. Can I move and provoke an opportunity of attack? I think I can, and I think I will. I'm gonna exhaust this. I'm gonna move like this. This provokes an opportunity of attack from him. Let's see what happens. He's alone, so I will not dodge. It's useless to dodge. I will simply counter with 1 SP. So, combat dice. Does he hit 6, 7, 8? He hits and deals 1 damage, so I absorb it and I do counter. Thank you. Hopefully goodbye. I will... Oops. What's happening there? It's just this that I want to activate. This is what I want to roll. Oh my god. Okay, so he's dead. Nice to see you. He's the guy getting the loot. So why... Oh yeah. I was hesitating because I was... Why did I get to have 3 loot picks? But indeed, like in the first encounter, we were able to kill the cave sickle and have its loot. So it's 3 cards, 3 AI cards that we killed in this adventure. We can just have Zeke move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of this encounter. So to resolve the end condition, we got it. Restore adventurers, which means they will recover all HP, unexhaust and unflip all cards that would be flipped. So that's a complete total heal, so pretty glad about that. And let's calculate the points. So I was able to do this in 5 rounds or less. That's 12 points. I killed everything, which is 7 creatures, so 14. And yeah, 14 plus 12, we're at 26 points. Like, that's pretty much a perfect score. 26 points. Very happy about this. What I do, let's just change the color to red so that it shows well. All right, super nice. So let's see you in the next video for the second encounter. I hope you enjoyed this first encounter of the Mast Day 1, and see you soon. Bye.